suspect and our security at home and abroad this holiday season. Let's bring in Alexander Melegrew-Hitchens, a research director at George Washington University's program on extremism. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to bring you to the news of the day. Obviously, we see that other suspects have been apprehended. What does this tell you? Because initially we saw him travel from Germany through France and into Italy. And there was a lot of people saying, listen, why wasn't he tracked? Did he have support? Are you getting the sense that he did have more support now?
Well, the arrests today were in Tunisia, and that was with family members of the suspect. And whether or not they're involved directly with the attack isn't clear. It actually sounds like he was trying to recruit them to come to Germany with him. His travel from Germany to Italy, again, the details are not clear, but in the end, traveling around that part of the European Union is very easy. It's called the Schengen zone. It's a visa-free travel.
Are you worried that he wasn't discovered earlier? Because when we had talked during the break, we had said, listen, Italian officials did apprehend him, but it was during a routine traffic stop.
Yes, I mean his eventual killing was not due to any sort of intelligence. He was just routinely stopped in a square, I believe, in Milan. But yeah, in the end, it's very easy. He bought his train from France to Italy. That train, doesn't check any details. You can buy those tickets without anyone really making any serious inquiries about who you are or what you're doing.
We talked a little bit about the profile we're seeing, and especially some of the men even who were, as you said, were apprehended today, young males between the ages of 18 and 27, perhaps men who haven't been able to integrate into society. Is this a vulnerable profile that authorities should be looking at, and where do you start prevention? How do you get them before they become disenfranchised?
It's very difficult. Look, he does fit, there is no terrorist profile, but he does fit a general trend and pattern, particularly in Europe, which is guys who were involved with petty crime, who go to jail, who end up making connections with extremists through criminal networks, and guys who are essentially rebelling against society.
So do you focus on the networks in prisons and in jails?
Absolutely. I mean, there are a number of people who radicalize and recruit in prisons, but these guys, they're looking for a way to revolt, and jihadist ideology is a classic sort of countercultural revolt movement, and these angry young men get drawn into the violence and the sort of prestige and adventure that comes with it.
We look at the fact that there are the threat of lone wolf attacks and also directed attacks. So we're seeing them kind of come to a head when we see this is the second time that a suspected terrorist has used a vehicle really to just to plow through crowds of people. So that's really difficult for authorities to stop. How do you even begin to prevent attacks such as this?
Yeah, I mean, look, a lot of these attacks are, as they call, lone actor. They are quite low tech, so you don't really know someone's going to do something until they actually commit the act. And this is the sort of perfect terrorist attack, very difficult to stop.
Obviously, we're heading into the holiday season. We see this happen at large gatherings. What measures are being taken here in the United States to say, you can go out and enjoy the holiday season? Remember, we had just gotten the warning that there was a veiled threat by ISIS to conduct attacks on churches or large gatherings. That makes people very afraid, especially going into the holidays.
Yes, and I mean that is the exact intent of any terrorist group. I would advise people to just live their lives as they normally would and trust that the authorities are doing their jobs here. In general, the FBI and the police here do a very good job of stopping these attacks through a mixture of sting operations and other type of policing.
All right, Alexander, thank you so much for joining us. Very interesting, and we are heading into the holidays, and it is scary. People are afraid. So thank you so much.